Hello friends, today we continue our topic related to coordination chemistry and our topic is bonding in coordination compound. To explain bonding in coordination compound, various theories are given such as valence bond theory, crystal field theory and molecular orbital theory. But according to NCERT books, in NCERT book we study only about valence bond theory and crystal field theory. So today I try to explain valence bond theory. This theory proposed by Linus Pauling. He was the first to explain the shape of coordination compound or the shape of complexes as well as magnetic behavior exhibited by coordination compound. The main postulates of this theory are as follows. The first postulate is in complex ion, the metal ligand coordinate bond are formed by the donation of electron by ligands to the empty orbital of metal atom. Means in complex ion, you are familiar that center metal ion present and ligands present. So how they are bonded? Then the answer is when ligands donate their lone pair of electron to the vacant orbital of central metal ion, not fulfilled, vacant orbital of central metal ion. Let us take the example of CONH3 6. According to this complex try to bind 6 amine. So they need 6 vacant orbital. The second postulate is the metal ions should possess requisite number of vacant orbital of equal energy. For example, cobalt needs 6 vacant orbital to bind with 6 amine ion. The requisite number of NEDASP orbital first hybridize and form a set of equivalent hybrid orbital whose shape explain the geometry of the complex. Means according to this theory, individual orbital does not participate in bonding. First they hybridize together and form a hybrid orbital. This hybrid orbital then form bonding with ligand. Ligand metal coordinate bond is formed by the overlapping of vacant hybrid orbital of the central metal atom to the ligands containing lone pair of electron. For example, in CONH3 6 NH3 ligand donate 6 pair of electron to the central metal ion, thus filling the empty hybrid orbital. This complex may be paramagnetic or diamagnetic. It depends on whether the complex contains paired electron or unpaired electron. If the complex after combining with ligands contain paired electron, then it behaves as diamagnetic. If it contains unpaired electron, then it means paramagnetic. Coordination complexes can exhibit different types of hybridization. For example, in this chapter mostly we study the complex ion having coordination number 4, 6 or 5. If any center metal ion have coordination number 4, then they show two types of hybridization, sp3 or dsp2. If they have 6 coordination number, then they show sp3d2, d2sp3. But if they have 5 coordination number, then they show sp3d. For sp3 hybridization, its geometry is tetrahedral. For dsp2 hybridization, its geometry is coil planar. For sp3d, trigonal bipyramidal. But sp3d2 or whether it is d2sp3, sp3 both have same geometry, that is octahedral. Let us take the example of bonding in hexaamine chromium complex. So, hexaamine chromium complex means CrNH3 whose atomic number is 24. If you write the electronic configuration, its electronic configuration is argon, 3d5, 4s1, 4p0. Means they have 5 electrons in d orbital and 1 electron in s orbital. This is the ground state configuration of chromium. But in complex ion, it is present in the form of chromium plus 3 ion. It means they already donate 3 electrons. So this electron they donate 1 from 4s and 2 from 3d. That's why on excited state, the electronic configuration of chromium ion is 3d3, 4s0, 4p0. Now, to bind with 6NH3 ligand, they need 6 vacant orbital. From where it is available? So we notice 2 vacant orbital we get from 3D, 1 from S, 3 from P. Total 6 vacant orbital. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So its hybridization is D2sp3 hybridization. Now each D2sp3 hybrid orbital overlay with 6NH3. So we get this type of electronic configuration of chromium hexaamine. And what we notice, after formation of complex, 3 unpaired electrons are remain. So this complex is paramagnetic in nature. So from the previous slide, we get the conclusion D2sp3 hybridization leads to octahedral geometry. It is inner orbital complex. Why inner orbital? Because D belong to third shell and S and P belong to fourth shell. If D also belong to the fourth shell, then the complex is outer orbital complex. Because they contain 3 unpaired electrons, so it is paramagnetic in nature. So this is for the example of CrNH3 volt 6. Now we learn more example. Let us take 2 examples to explain again the same theory. So first example is cobalt hexaamine. Second is cobalt hexafluoride. In the both cases, the central metal ion is cobalt. The atomic number of cobalt is 27. So this is the atomic number of cobalt, 27. Its ground state configuration is argon, 3d7, 4s2, 4p0. Here the cobalt is present in +3 oxidation state. So we write the electronic configuration of cobalt +3. For cobalt +3, it means they donate 2 electrons from S and 1 electron from D. So the remaining electronic configuration is 3d6, 4s0, 4p0. Now, for D, we draw 5 box. For S, 1 box. For P, 3 box. In D have 6 electrons. So we write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4s0, 4p0. According to complex, we need 6 vacant orbital. But now, here we have only 4 vacant orbital. There are 2 possibilities. Vacant orbital may be available from 3D or from 4D. So we look at the ligands carefully, because this ligands is also of 2 types, strong and weak. What is strong ligand? So strong ligands such as NH3, H2O, Cn. Weak ligand, fluoride, chloride, bromide. So remember this. These are strong ligand, these are weak ligand. So here we notice NH3 is a strong ligand. When NH3, which is a strong ligand, approach towards central metal ion, which is your cobalt, this unpaired electron become paired. What I am telling? If strong ligand approach towards central metal ion, unpaired electron becomes paired. But if weak ligand approach towards central metal ion, then unpaired electron remain unpaired. In the first case, amine is a strong ligand. That's why this unpaired electron become paired. So this become paired. Now, after pairing, what we get? We have 6 vacant orbital, 2 from 3D, 1 from S and 3 from P. In this way, we get 6 vacant orbital. This 6 vacant orbital, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 from D, 1 from S, 3 from P. So the hybridization is D2sp3 because D belongs to third shell, S and P belong to fourth shell. That's why they form inner orbital complex or low spin complex. Now each D2sp3 hybrid orbital overlay with 6 amine and each amine donate its lone pair. In this way, we get that CONH3 whole 6 show D2sp3 hybridization. Its shape is octahedral. In this way, each NH3 donate its lone pair. Because NH3 donate its lone pair, so head is toward cobalt. So this is the shape of CONH3 whole 6. It shows D2sp3 hybridization because all electrons are paired. So this complex is dimagnetic. And its shape is octahedral. Now we take the next example of COF6. Here also central metal ion is cobalt, atomic number 27, electronic configuration argon, 3d7, 4s0, 4s2, 4p0. The oxidation state is 3 positive. It means they donate 3 electrons, 2 from S, 1 from D. So configuration is 3d6, 4s0, 4p0. We write in the form of box 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. S vacant, P vacant. Now look at the ligands carefully. So here F is a weak ligand, and we told previously if weak ligand approach central metal ion, unpaired electron remain unpaired. So this electron which is present in 3d orbital, it remain unpaired. We cannot use this 3d orbital. But for the formation of COF6, we need 6 vacant orbital, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the fourth shell, 4d subshell is possible. So we use it now. We need 6 vacant orbitals. So 1 from S, 3 from P, 2 from D. So the hybridization is sp3d2. Now look at carefully, all the subsets belong to the fourth shape. It means the complex is outer orbital complex. Now each sp3d2 hybrid orbital overlay with fluoride ligand. So each fluoride ligand donates its lone pair. In this way, we get COF6 head sp3d2 hybridization. Its shape is octahedral. Each F donates its lone pair. Look at it carefully. They contain 4 unpaired electrons. It means the complex is paramagnetic in nature. So in this way, we come to know if center metal ion have coordination number 6, they show 2 types of hybridization, D2sp3 or sp3d2. Similarly, if coordination number 4, they show 2 types of hybridization, dsp2 and sp3. For D2sp2, for dsp2, its shape is square planar. For sp3, its shape is tetrahedral. To understand this type of hybridization, you practice yourself these 2 complexes. Atomic number of nickel is 28. Remember, this is strong ligand, that one is weak ligand. When you try these 2, you understand everything. So today we complete valence bond theory. In the next video, you get about crystal field theory as well as application of coordination compound. Thank you.